Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're about to start this guided meditation today, and it's my honor here to be here and facilitate this meditation. Again, my name is Karen Gidley. I am a licensed practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Cape Coral. So if you just want to take a moment, take a nice deep breath in and center yourself. Clear your mind of all that happened before today, before this very moment, and become present. Make yourself comfortable. And if you haven't already, close your eyes or gaze down gently towards the floor. Just know that this meditation is about manifesting. Today's talk is about the heart ablaze. And I believe that meditation can take us to that beautiful space in the heart. So by manifesting, it all takes a simple technique in mindfulness through the things like meditation to awaken the power. And contrary to popular belief, not all meditations are about completely clearing your mind. Meditation trains your mind to perform exactly how we intend it, and instead of allowing the mind to drag us around. So the most helpful thing that all of us have access to at any time is our breath. Our breath has been here since the moment we were born and life. So by honoring your breath, we're ready to set intentions and create a very powerful experience. So begin by setting the intention to manifest the changes that you desire. Say to yourself, right now, I manifest the changes that I desire. So now let's honor our breath by taking 5 significant and dedicated breaths. 1, fully inhale, expanding your belly and chest as much as you can, and holding it for a moment. And exhale, feeling a wave of relaxation sweep over you. 2, inhale the entire breath with fresh oxygen and hold it. And exhale, noticing again that wave of relaxation gently sweeping over you. And 3, inhale so deeply that you are brimming with air, taking a moment to tap to the soak of life force that we call oxygen. And exhale, noticing your body relaxing in many areas without any effort from you. And then 4, fully inhale the life force, feeling these breaths purifying your entire body. And exhaling, not trying to do anything at all, just simply notice how you are feeling. And 5, the last one, a full and beautiful breath coming in, hold it, and feeling the goodness of this simple task. And exhale, allowing that wave of relaxation to again sweep over you. Now just take note of how you're feeling this moment. You now have an abundance of oxygen, and this is how we are truly created to feel. Breathing deeply and fully is an expression of self-compassion. It unites us with the universal love. And let your breath just be a natural in and out, and notice how the abundance feels. This is your new tool now that you use when you are ready to manifest the reality that you desire. When you are feeling any kind of lack of motivation or negative inner talk, you immediately pause and take 5 deep, purposeful, and powerful breaths. And these breaths always allow for you to relax. Taking these conscious and dedicated breaths give you clarity and amplify your health. So next time you catch yourself at a standstill, just take these 5 healing breaths. Manifesting is easy once you know the recipe. All you need is 3 things: desire, dedication, and trust. Desire is the first ingredient in manifestation. So you must know what you want and desire it so greatly that you clearly see any path that you need to take to get there. Knowing exactly what you are manifesting is very important. The more details you can add to your desire, the better. And you can later write down your aspirations and goals and set an exact time that you would like it to be accomplished. And when you set that date as to when your goals will be met, write it down in the order it is firmly given to your subconscious mind and allow its taking action. Take a moment to think about your dreams and aspirations and see as many details as possible. Dedication is the second ingredient for this manifestation. Only you can put the effort to take these steps towards your desires. Network with others and motivate yourself to practice these meditation techniques every day. Dedicate every single day to do something that takes you closer to gaining what you seek. And only you can do this. No one else can be dedicated for you. Manifestation starts with you. So just notice how you're feeling. And the last ingredient for manifestation is trust. This is the easiest part because you just simply let go and trust. You completely let go of thinking too hard about things you have to do to bring it all together, and have confidence that things will always fall into place perfectly. You must know with certainty that your goal is attainable, so have faith. Take a few moments now to really trust in your desires becoming reality. Notice how you're feeling right now, and say to yourself, I achieve my aspirations. I deeply believe in myself. I see clearly how my goals and aspirations are attained. I have a great desire to manifest my aspirations. I put in daily dedication. I believe in myself. I trust the loving energy of the universe. Visualizing is an extremely powerful way to manifest. So imagine now that you have attained all that you desire. See yourself vividly in your mind, having already achieved your goals. Visualize with great detail yourself with your intentions fulfilled. The more details you can add, the better. See the surroundings, such as where you are, places you go, and who is around. Take several moments now to vividly see yourself having manifested all that you wish. So remember, Honor your breath every single day by taking a moment to fully breathe in and out several times. And when you breathe deeply, you automatically relax. And being relaxed is the first step in being in control of your life and emotions. Also, take these 3 words and remember them throughout your day: desire, dedication, and trust. And gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. And you can move your head around, stretch your shoulders, your neck. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Thank you. Namaste. And feel free to go out to the lobby. Help yourself with some coffee and some meeting other people. Or you can stay here quietly until service starts at 10:30. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Are we ready? I didn't see the countdown from you guys back there. I guess so, because I'm live. Happy Sunday! It's feeling a lot like Christmas. Yes, I don't sing very much. I just did a birthday where I did a karaoke, and they remind me not to do that too often. So. Anyways, I make a much better speaker, kind of like, we always used to tease Reverend Michael, who is an amazing speaker, if anybody's ever got to encounter that, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. And his wife was the leader of the choir, and every once in a while he tried to sing, and it was awful. So I was reminded that I might stay in my lane too, that I'm a great speaker, but you might want to watch the singing. So anyways, welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living. We are here. Spiritual. So happy Sunday. Ernest Holmes is the founder of the philosophy that we study here, and we recognize the truths found in all spiritual teachings, both traditional and contemporary. So for more information about the science of mind philosophy, you can go to our website or the information table in the back. There'll be somebody there to help you out. And our website is cslcapecoral.org. And what's next, Cassie? The Big Love Band's going to get us our blood flowing. So everybody, is it a dancing song? Yep. So up on your feet. And let's give them some love.
Không biết à hả?
Have
Indeed, Spirit is in the house. At this time, our young folks are invited to go back and join our youth program with Janine today and Patty. Awesome. Have fun. So we'd like to take this moment to thank our amazing practitioner, Karen Gidley, who is holding high watch over there. And she's not taking a nap. She is in meditation holding the highest and greatest best for this service, for everyone here, and for the world at large on this day. So what an amazing thing. So we do give great thanks for that. And we are, as most of you know, and anyone who's new, we are attracting our new minister. Reverend Chris is moving on to other things, and we have an opportunity for someone else to grace us with their amazingness. So we are going to say this affirmation. So repeat with me the words on the screen. We are a loving and heart-centered community. We are a dynamic and charismatic, steeped in the science of mind. We are visionaries, inspired and motivated into action, doing so with joy, laughter, and humor. So it is, yes sirree. And so with that goes a new vision statement for our minister. So please join us in that affirmation. Our new minister is loving and heart-centered. They are a dynamic and charismatic speaker who is steeped in the science of mind. As a visionary, they inspire the community, motivating us into action, doing so with joy, laughter, fun, and humor. So it is. Woo-hoo. And now we have another beautiful song from our big, little, great Big Love Band.
So the theme is Hearts Ablaze. So, I mean, our Elvis Presley comes to mind when you hear that, right?
Yeah, burning love.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. When I looked at the words, I was like, how are we going to do this? But with the wonderful thought of Cassie coming in, she kind of tinkered around with some words.
We like to change things up here.
And as I started singing, I kind of put a little twist on it, and Big Love Version Band, Burning Love. Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising. High and higher, burning right through my soul. Yes, Spirit, you're gonna set me on fire. My
Yeah, you are, John. You too, Cassie. See, you're not a big little band. You're the big love band. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. This might get old, but you know, the happiest place on earth ain't got nothing on us, right? Okay. So in that celebrational agreement, we are looking for a team lead for activities team. So if you are interested and enjoy all the amazing activities here at the center, B and I are not abandoning the position. We will still do what we do. We're just looking for someone to be the go-to person. I work 50 hours a week, and B works in Punta Gorda, and she's actually, I attended her 70th birthday, so I'm sure she's wanting to enjoy some of that retirement that she's got going on over there. So anyways, we just need some extra help. So please see one of us after service today or anytime. I know Parisa and Fred have said they will step up. The more, the merrier, and then we all have light work. So please do join us. And enjoy this video of Leanne where I'm singing at the 2002 Olympics. Oh, wow. So we got that queued up, guys?
Have no fear when darkness falls, 'cause there's a light that shines within us all. Although this world can turn so cold, when we reach inside, we find our warmth. 'Cause there's a flame that burns in every heart, and it's the will we have that lights the spark. Once in every lifetime, there's a chance to stand apart. We can show the world our very best, reveal what's in our heart. So the story goes and glory never will end. The inspiration lights the fire within. And if we fall, we won't stay down. We will get back up and use the strength we found. And we will rise like champions. Every obstacle will overcome. Once in every lifetime, there's a chance to stand apart. We can show the world our very best, reveal what's in our
amazing. Yes, we can light the fire within and spread it out the world, which is what we all do so marvelously here. And now is the time we are going to welcome Reverend Shell to come up and shine some of her light with us by giving us today's reading and a prayer. So please welcome Reverend Shell.
Thank you. A quick word before I do the reading. We have Christmas Eve coming up, and we will be doing a candlelight celebration here. We've done it for the last several years, and it's just beautiful. And I'm inviting, I'm heading that up, and I'm inviting anybody from the community that would like to do reading. We do readings based on different philosophies all over the world. And if you would like to join us and be a reader, please let me know. I'm finalizing all of those plans. So, now, the reading. You got it, man. All righty. Today's reading is coming from Wayne Dyer, Wisdom of the Ages, one of my favorite guys, and I was showing them before. Look, it's signed. Ooh. Swanky, huh? All right. All right, here we go. Consider for a moment what your very nature is like. As an infant, before you had an opportunity to be subjected to conditioning that leads you away from risks for fear of failing, your nature was programmed to learn how to walk. For a while, you just lay down and your nature said sit, and you did. Then your nature commanded crawl, and you obeyed. Eventually, your nature said, stand up on 2 feet, balance yourself, and move from an upright position, and you listened. For the first time you made the effort, you fell down and returned to crawling, and you ignored your fears and the results that you had produced and stood up again. This time to a wobble, and then eventually a fall. Eventually, your nature won out, and you walked upright. Imagine if you had succeeded in overcoming your natural programming, you'd still be crawling on all fours and not knowing the adventures of an upright life. And so it is with everything in your life. It is far better to have acted and produced results that you will grow from than to ignore your nature and live from fear. It's a good one, isn't it? Ah. All right. So let's take that into prayer. We're going to start today by doing something that we call standing in the light. And when we stand in the light, we know the truth about a situation. We kind of ponder what we want to see with a situation. Maybe it's something's going really good in your life and you want it to expand. So bring that to mind. And maybe you're facing a challenge right now, or somebody you know is facing a challenge right now. So you'll want to bring that to mind. Whatever it is, picture in your mind what you'd like to see the outcome to be. Not where it is today, but what you'd like the outcome to be. And let's take that into the sacred silence. And this is what I know. I know that every single situation that has been brought to mind right here and now has been heard. There is a mind that we think with, and it is connected to all things, all places, all people, all possibilities. It is all there is. We are part of something that is so much grander than we are, so much greater than we are, but we are it in expression. And right now, it is using its power, its presence, its life to feed all of those desires. I know that there's manifestation after manifestation after manifestation, holding these words that you've held in mind as true. It is happening right here and now. I speak a word of blessing for each and every one of us as we sit here together in celebration of life itself. I know that words are coming through Reverend Chris as he steps up here to deliver a message that is moving, meaningful, and life-shifting. So for this and so much more, I am grateful and thankful, and it is in this gratitude that I release all that's going on today into law, knowing it is serving us and thus the entire world. I invite you to claim and anchor this with me with gratitude by saying, "And so it is." Please help me welcome to the stage Reverend Chris.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, Grand Rising, everybody. It's always so good to be here. I really appreciate you all. So, Hearts Ablaze, I like the reading that you chose because I had two different openings I was thinking about today. And one of them was just thinking back, imagining. We all started the same way. So, maybe our moment, or more than likely, our moment of the biggest vulnerability that we ever have was probably when we were all babies. So before we started taking those steps and growing, think about a baby. It's just wide open, completely vulnerable, completely dependent on those around them. Human beings, we have the longest period where the offspring needs the mother. Some animals come out and they're ready to be independent right away. Others take a little more time. But in that moment of that open vulnerability, that heart is wide open. They're completely receptive to this world, to those around them. And that can be a little scary. I imagine, for an infant, who knows what goes through that mind as it's still just kind of developing. But thinking about that amount of dependence and vulnerability opens up the space for love, which I think, as we grow through life, we learn to protect ourselves, we learn to step and walk, and we learn to do bigger things. But I'm really dry today. We slowly shut down that heart space that child knows just so fully, that is so open, willing to share. And the power of the heart is what I believe we're here in these spaces to rediscover. When we start looking down these spiritual teachings and stuff, you'll sometimes hear this expression oh, I learned so much from that class. I learned so much. But the idea is we didn't learn it. We're just remembering what we come from. That baby is still kind of on the cusp of two different worlds. But then as we grow older, and maybe we might use the word wiser, because we learn how to protect ourselves. We don't want to be a doormat. We don't want to be taken advantage of. But if we protect ourselves too much, then we lose that power of the heart. And so for me, that's why I'm here. Now the risk, so the other opening that I was talking about doing is, I've used it before, is why I was a little hesitant. But I want you to think for just a second. Do you know when you're walking into a building and you open the door and you see somebody coming? Who do you hold the door for? Do you hold it for women? Do you hold it for children? Do you hold it for anybody? Well, the proposition that I want to put here, it's not a judgment. I'll preface it with that. Don't take this personal. What I want to convey is that I think a lot of us, and I know this because you're actually holding the door for yourself. Let me explain a little bit. I told this story before, but I did not tell the origin of it. So it was back in around 08, 09. When I was going through a shift in my life, when I left the party life behind, and I was exploring something more. And I heard a story on the radio. I remember where we were driving, and it was somebody that opened the door for somebody. And then somebody came through and just walked right on by. And this person said, "You're welcome," and yelled at him. I've done that a couple times back in the day. I'm not proud of it. But the person that they said it to was the wrong person the wrong day. And they went to the car, they got a gun, came back, and took that person out. They did not like being told that. When I heard that story and I thought about it, I'm like, I've done that. And then I didn't realize, that's kind of fighting words. You're telling somebody, I don't like the way that you just did something. Are you, ready to talk about it? Are you ready to back that up? But then that got me thinking, and I'm like, I've gotten kind of upset when I've held the door for people. Why? Am I actually holding it for them, or am I holding it to get that pat on the back that says, "Chris, you're a good guy. It doesn't matter what your third grade teacher said. You're good. That person just thanked you, and they smiled at you." And then when I don't get that, then it's like, the indignancy. And so that, for me, was one of my first shifts of recognizing I just saw a wonderful quote, and I think it was it Lao Tzu, I think, that said, when you care or when you worry about what other people think about you, you are forever their prisoner. Yeah, I know, it hit me, I know. Okay, so once I realized I am holding that for myself, then I could either keep doing that and keep expecting, and getting upset when I don't get the reaction that I want, or I can move on and say, no, I'm here for service. I want to hold that door open, and I don't care the reaction. And that for me, it gave me more power. It's reminding me that we are the only ones responsible for our own state of mind, for our own peace. But so often, we place that on all the people around us. This person did that and ruined my day. This person did that and broke my heart. And I'm not denying that those things really hurt. But that's part of the thing that we signed up for. And so what I don't want to do is I don't want to get to the end of my life and, having been hurt when my beloved dog made its transition over the Rainbow Bridge, and that just hurt so bad that I'm never going to hurt like that again. So that I'm done with pets. Which is not true, but and this person hurt me, so now I'm done even putting myself out there. I'm done trying, and that's just little piece after piece that life is slipping away. And so I don't want to get to the end of my life and know that I held back too much, which didn't start to realize. I didn't start to come to these realizations till late in life, and actually yesterday, still having some of these revelations when I'm getting caught up in what I think is important. What this has to get done. This has to get done. And then forgetting the little things that just make it all worthwhile. And so where that story about holding the door came from was a talk that I talked about the balance of heart and mind. And so I'm trying to think of where I want to go into first. Everybody, we come from two different places, and there are actually scientists are starting to see that, yes, the heart itself, one, it emits electric waves like the brain does. We can measure them the same way, but they're more powerful. They have a broader circle. And they're starting to realize, there's some thinking going on in that space, but it comes from a different energy. And so I'm thinking about repeating a joke, and again, you've heard this from me before, so I can say that. And it's not a judgment, and it's not a statement of what I believe is right or wrong, but it's something else that got me thinking several years ago, and it was a Facebook post. A friend of mine who is politically very conservative, and he said, when I was in college, I was a Democrat because I had heart. But now I'm older, and I'm a Republican because I have a brain. And so, however you want to interpret it, it doesn't matter on either side, because I like to think that I'm somewhere in the mix of all of that, because nothing is black or white or right or wrong. Nothing. It's all shades of gray. But when I thought about it, I'm like, well, this will give you a little bit more about like my understanding and my personality, but I was like, I don't want to lose heart. I don't ever want to lose heart. But then, what if I'm too much heart? And so if I'm too much heart, I used an example of, I want to help people. So I meet somebody on the street who's having a really hard time in their life, and I want to help them get into a place, get into an apartment, get a job going. I want to do all this. So I go and I empty out my checking account. I get them a deposit on a place. We get them moved in. And then, a week later, it's the end of the month. I've got to pay my rent, and I don't have anything left because I was just all heart, and I just gave and gave and gave like the giving tree until there's just nothing left to give. That's no good, because then you're not helping anybody, and now all of a sudden you're dependent and you need that help from others. And if that happened all along the line, pretty soon, as a species, we are no longer. Now, the other end of that is if we are all mind and, our defenses are up, we're protecting ourselves, we can't let anybody think that we were taken advantage of, then which I think as a society, we've kind of gotten a little unbalanced of that, to where we see people that need help. We see people that are raising their hands and saying, I need help, and there's just nothing there. There's a little there. But do you see where I'm going? Like, we've got to really have this balance. And that is where I see the future of spirituality, of what we're doing here, is that we're getting back into our heart spaces. And so, yes, we got to protect ourselves, because you can't help anybody if you're not vulnerable, if you're hurt or, incapacitated. But I don't want to ever lose that humanity of why we're here. And so we teach affirmative prayer here. We call it spiritual mind treatment. And we know that it brings results, and that's why we do it. That's why we commit 5 years of study to become a practitioner, to make that our way of life. But prayer doesn't have power from the words. You don't open like a book of incantations and just read, weekly talk title, sticking to a prayer that's just read off a page. While they have value, I was raised Catholic, and I appreciated doing the rosary. It's a meditative process. But when we talk about affirmative prayer, we are praying to shift our reality, shift what we're experiencing. And the power for that comes from the creative center of what we are. And that's what this whole week is about, the whole year. When we talk about stepping up into that grand rising, remember, we're going all the way back to January. Now here we are at the end of the year, and instead of being like, yes, grand rising, it's kind of like, it's the end of the year. It's another year coming. Okay. Whew. And I shouldn't model that for you, because I am stepping into my grand rising, and like I said, it's not either or, it's always this mix. And so I don't want anyone to beat ourselves up. Nobody is 100%. And if we ever were, that's when you poof, and you just disintegrate back into the original source energy, and you're done. But that, eventually maybe that's what we all end up doing. But in order to create at our highest capacity, at our highest possibilities, it has to come from heart space. We have to be willing to be vulnerable. We have to be willing to be hurt, willing to be judged, but when we lean more frequently towards our heart space, none of that matters. You know, what other people, like I was talking about, you know, if I worry about what everybody else says, I'm their prisoner. So to shift into our most powerful opening in that heart space, and it's a constant, repetitive thing. And that's why we call it spiritual practice. So when you wake up and you remember, like, I'm stepping into my grand rising today. I'm going to go out and I'm going to hold the door unabashedly. I'm going to speak my word, and I'm going to speak it kindly, but I'm not going to keep it within because I don't want to be ostracized. I don't want to be judged for the feelings that I have. We all have our unique personalities, and we're here to share that with others. And as we do, and we see reactions from others, we tailor how we show up in the future. So Ernest Holmes would direct us to show up in the future from that place of vulnerability, from that place of heart. And that's where real power and real living comes from, in my opinion. So this is from the Science of Mind textbook. And Ernest Holmes said, "Love is the central flame of the universe, nay, the very fire itself. Love is self-givingness through creation, the imparting of the divine through the human." So I've talked about it before, that love with a capital L, that is all that matters in the world. It's the only thing that's real. It's the only thing that is constant. Everything else that appears to be other than that is still that love with a capital L, acting in a different way to help you see that that's love with a capital L, and to know it for that first time or the 100th time. Sometimes we need reminders. We're just swimming in a giant sea of love with a capital L. It's an energy, it's a life force, it is everything that we are here for. And then when we talk about the power of spiritual practice and holding a vibration, this is what Ernest Holmes was talking about. He says, feeling organized and directed is intelligent creation. So we're always creating, but we can get trapped in our minds. And like, I'm going to pray for this. This is the outcome I want, and this is what I'm going to pray for. And then letting it go. And then if it doesn't happen the exact way that we thought, then we think maybe the prayer didn't happen, didn't work. But if we come from that place of heart, then we know, like, we pray for outcomes, but we're open for this or something greater, this or something better. And then just having faith that, like, what comes out is exactly what was supposed to come out. And in hindsight, we were just talking about this a little while ago, in hindsight, we always see it. You see, to look back and say, that happened and this is what I got out of it. But when we're in it, like, that's part of the game. You can't feel it. You can't see it. It's just so tough and challenging, and we want to shut down. But those are the moments when we're called to open wider. The master teacher that I refer to every now and then, I love the teachings and words of Jesus, the man Christ. Repeats over and over again, love your enemies. That's heart. It's the only thing that it is on a cosmic level, on a soul level. That heart is a vibration and it ripples out. And when we talk about creating a shift in consciousness on this planet, so we talk about a grand rising, that's where it happens. It happens from within. It's our hearts. That's what we're being called to do today, is to just lean into those feelings of unconditional love. Look back to those periods of vulnerability and say, I wasn't safe back then, and now I have like this illusion maybe of safety, because as we know, you're never completely safe. So shutting down your heart and staying into that place to not get hurt, it's no guarantee. And getting to the end of that life and always staying in that protective cocoon is, in my estimation, feel like getting hurt. So if you're going to get hurt eventually sometime anyway. Why not go big on the way out? Why not open up into your heart space and know that every time you make that choice, that you make the choice between heart, or brain. Remember, it's a balance, but the more often that we choose collectively to move into heart, it creates a bigger and bigger vibration, and that is how the world will become the kinder, gentler place that supports one another. So being in the world, but not of it. All right, so our spiritual principle that I want to draw on this week is we believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. So if I believe the Spirit is loving and kind, and I believe that I am Spirit, that means I'm loving and kind. Is that how I'm showing up? Sometimes. But the more I try, then the more I see it return back to me. So our spiritual practice that I want to highlight this week is sacred service. And we talk about sacred service here a lot, like talking about a new lead for the activities team. There is something about coming together and offering to serve without any expectation. I don't care if somebody says thank you when I walk by, because I want to open that door. But sacred service, we talk about it here, but it's anywhere in the world. Anytime that you see somebody drop something and you can tell they're fumbling with some bags, and you bend down and pick it up and just say, here. Little tiny things. That is serving. That is serving humanity. And don't discount the power of a kind word here when somebody's having a struggle, or a kind gesture. It opens hearts. And until all of our hearts are starting to open, we're stuck. Because coming from brain, we can intellectualize a lot of ways to do things that we normally wouldn't do, that might go outside of our ethics, because we can make excuses, the saying like, well, it's just business. Sorry, it's just business. That kind of mentality. That's not going to take us where we want to go as a collective. That's always going to be in the, I got to get mine. That means that you got to lose some of yours. That's not our nature. We are an infinite, sorry, Cassie, an infinite divine being that we're here to share, to grow, and we know it. We feel it, we remember it from something that we come from. So our affirmation for our spiritual practice of the week, I want to just invite you and encourage you to think of little ways that you can just come altruistically and say, I want to do this. I want to do this for you, for me, for whatever. So the affirmation this week, if you'll join me, we can read it together. I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart. Yeah, I like that affirmation too. That it's that spark of life, and it's there just waiting for us to put some more logs onto that fire and let it go. A lot of times we're like, I will be in this different way when I have this thing. That's kind of like telling the stove, I'm gonna put some wood in it when it gives me some heat, but I'm not giving it to it until it warms me, because I need to make sure that it's gonna warm me if I put this in there. But you're never gonna know unless you take that step and make yourself vulnerable to get outside of there. So let's do this affirmation one more time, and then we'll take it into prayer. I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart. So just going within, knowing that there is that one infinite source of all life that I am that everybody hearing these words is that all of humanity here, we are an expression of the divine, and we are manifesting and making real the infinite nature of which we come from, and that each and every individual on this planet is 100% unique, will never be duplicated, so everyone has their unique, exact gifts that are theirs to bring into this world. So I open up knowing that the gifts, the talents, the treasures, all of that is making itself more and more clear to everybody that's hearing these words. That Spirit is whispering right now, saying, that thing you wanted to do, it's time to do it. That thing you wanted to give to somebody, it's time to give it. This thing that you are wanting to be a part of lifting humanity to a higher place of consciousness, it is now. That time is now. So I know the Spirit is always pushing us until vision starts pulling us to recognize that the rain that falls on the earth falls for all. The stars shine for everyone. My heart is open for all of humanity, for all of Spirit, and I know that when I lean into serving Spirit at its highest level, I can let go of all outcomes because Spirit is everything that exists. And so if Spirit is served, every single person on this planet is served. And we do that by serving those around us. So as a manifestation of God, speaking to and with other manifestations of God, I invite that presence within to rise up, to whisper in your ear and let you know that you are absolutely perfect exactly as you are, and that our evolution is inevitable, and that eternal life is already yours. So in gratitude for all it is, I say thank you. And I just let these words go rippling throughout, and I'm affirming that it is so by saying, and so it is. So it is. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so one last time, because it's, we announced it too late last week. It should have been the week before, so we always like to do it at least twice. Let's say thank you one more time to Melissa Arterberry. If everybody's not familiar, would you stand up, Melissa, please? Melissa, would you stand up so everybody can see you? This is our leadership council. This is the president of the board, or leadership council. And first time being the president of a board, and has stepped up in huge ways and is constantly working. I can't keep up with all the emails that come in, but it's awesome. So thank you, Melissa, for your dedicated service. Okay, so at the time of tithing, talent, and treasure, there's something else that we're going to start highlighting team leads up here so that they can talk about what their team does. They can talk about where they might have need for volunteers. And so if you're a team lead and would like some more members on your team, reach out to me, and we could, as we create the schedule of doing that, we can put it up more frequently. We plan on having a sign-up sheet outside of Doreen Conway's office, who has replaced me. Doreen, do you want to raise your hand or stand up? So, okay. Thank you, Doreen. Sorry to put you on the spot. So Doreen has taken over in the office and doing a fabulous job, and so reach out to her during her office hours on Mondays and Thursdays for now, and then in the new year, it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this week, we're not necessarily highlighting a team, but we're announcing a new team. So Healing Circles, Donna Nelson, would you like to stand up too? We just got everybody standing up today. Okay. This is, so this, oh, did you?
Anyone who would like to join, we're going to create this together.
Okay. So I'm going to repeat what she said so people online can hear as well. So we're creating Healing Circles team. Donna Nelson's leading that, and she offered for anybody that would like to participate or help create those to reach out to her and create that team. We've done a couple before that Donna was instrumental in, and they're very powerful things. And so also be on the lookout for that. If something's not functioning right in your body or your mind or something, and you think you could benefit from a healing circle, that's what we do here, and we believe strongly in the power of prayer. Okay, and then the other ways that you can support is, financial support is always necessary. So you can text it to 239-320-3820. Dollar amount, send it off, it sets you up. The PayPal is easy. CSLCapeCoral.org is our handle, and you can use the donate button on our website. You can mail us a check, which our address is retrievable online. And then for those of us in person, we have our wonderful hostess today. So Lily and Phyllis will bring the baskets around. You can also put prayer requests in there. And then we have an affirmation that we like to share. So just taking your offering in mind and heart and however you like to hold that and know it, join me as we read together. Today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of this center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. Thank you. I'm guessing we have a video of Ralph. There we go.
Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good. Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good.
Grateful and open heart. Thank you, Ralph. With grateful and open heart, we gladly receive these gifts and all that are still on their ways, knowing that they are also going out into the world to do good things as well, keeping this place here as a beacon of light for all of those in need. So in gratitude for all that's offered, we say thank you, and so it is. And I guess one other quick update is we are very appreciative for all the people that donated side money to help out people in Sarasota, and then whatever's the overflow will probably go to North Carolina. So thank you, everybody that has donated. We will have a final amount sent off here soon. Okay, and then so we just want to say thank you and know that it's still in the process, working with Reverend Teresa up there. And then our president, Melissa Arterberry, always working, has the commemorative plaque bucket. So that's our other kind of side project now. We wanted, for our 50th anniversary, we want to get plates outside the doors to say when we were established, so people walk in and know that we are half a century old. Oops, okay.
There we go. My grandmother used to swear, life doesn't start till you're 55, okay? So we'll say 50. So we're good. We got it going on here now. Did you want to say something else, Chris?
Yes, and I didn't make a slide for this one, which is why I forgot, but I wanted to do it at the end of everything. Just a subtle announcement. We knew back in June that I would be doing this commute, but we also acknowledged that it probably wouldn't go much past the new year. We're getting there. We're at that point. So we have had discussion with the board and try to figure out what's the best for everybody. So long story short, I'm going to make 2 more trips here. I'll be here at the end of the month, and then I'll also be here the following. But my final day of speaking for Cape Coral will be on the 2nd of February, just so everybody's aware. So let's make the best of the time and just know that you're always in my hearts. I'll take you wherever I go. So thank you, everybody.
Aww. Well, we'll have to organize a little celebration during that week at some point. So, okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. And I also did not see a slide, correct me if I'm wrong, for the cookie exchange that I do believe is next Sunday, correct? Oh, it's today. Wow. It's today's our cookie exchange. Wow, that's why I didn't see a slide. And I didn't bring cookies. It's a what? I can still eat cookies. I can go Publix and get some cookies, right? I can do that. It's really very close. So, homemade only. I didn't see that on the slide. So, the last cookie exchange I went to, they not most of them were, but not everyone was. So, anyways, enough of that. So, we are a praying group around here, okay? And all of us practitioners, me being one of them, love to pray. And I'm telling you, prayer works. It is one of the practitioners I loved in California used to say, she just lit up. She said, prayer is a technology. It is a technology that we have for use at our disposal. So we drive this home all the time. When I was at Agape, the prayer line would be going out the door. Sometimes hardly anybody comes up here. So utilize us. You make our day. We love to pray with you, and it brings magnificent things. Where two or more are gathered in agreement, miracles happen, and we move mountains. So I want to see some of you up here on the stage today. What else we got? And thank you, everyone. Happy Sunday. Are we having a song out today, or no? Oh, yep, here we go.
Many pray along the way. They don't stop to wonder what the world is coming to. Pray that something higher reveal the way to greater love. Oh yeah. So the truth keeps telling me, sing of liberation for the ones who are not free. Love can take